Amanda here from Create Your Future. Guys, I have an exciting video of a success story of one of my clients who used my course to completely change around their SP. So, well, it was actually their husband, not their, well, that's their specific person, but their husband wasn't cleaning the house, doing any of the housework, wasn't cooking dinner, wasn't helping out. And they completely changed that around in like 2 weeks using my course and a mantra. So let's actually talk about that before we dive into it. Guys, I have a great announcement. I've had some comments on the channel about Jerry's Adventures, and yes, I'm doing Jerry's Adventures again. If you don't know, it's my personal vlog with my SP Andrew and Jerry. Link in the description. We've been doing it now. I think there's like 4 videos that'll be posted by the time you see this. So really exciting. And I'm not sure if you guys are interested, but we do have a Facebook group that is full of success stories. It is Create Your Future with Amanda, Law of Attraction hacks. It's really great. You know, I think it's a really good thing to read success stories and to take them in, because when you're reading them and consuming them, you're creating it for yourself. Okay. So I think it's just great. And you can also see what's possible, and that circumstances don't matter, because if somebody else can do it, then you can do it too. Okay. And yes, for those of you who are new here, my name is Amanda. I'm a neurolinguistic programming practitioner, hypnotherapist, EFT practitioner, and a certified life coach. And me and my team of coaches here, we're manifesting experts. A lot of them are hypnotherapists, NLP practitioners, and every single coach on this team will give you coaching the way that I would. They'll help you find your blocks, give you tools to get over that, as well as an action plan, okay, on how you can tackle what you're going to do. So I personally really believe in coaching. Of course, we give away everything for free in our videos, but I mean, like, it's like when you think about learning how to swim, you can jump in the water, do it yourself, or you can get a coach to help you and give you some tips and maybe help guide you. You know, I really, don't think that anybody would be, having a thought that is blocking them or stopping them if they knew they were having it. So sometimes we can't see our own blind spots, and you bounce it off somebody else and they can point it out for you, right? So yeah, definitely. And if you ever do coaching with us in the past or in the future, we do send out a survey. So let me know how your experience was, okay? Definitely 100%. That is important to me. I want to make sure that we provide the highest level of coaching possible, because I do stand behind these coaches that are on the team. Like, I've picked the best of the best, guys. So, anyway, I post every Friday. And if you do have any questions, I do answer them in the videos. So you can comment them below, as well as I do YouTube lives. So if you subscribe and you click the bell, like subscribe to all notifications, then you will be notified when I go live as well. And if you love free stuff, I say this a million times, but I'm going to say it again really quickly. We do have a free course, How to Find Your Blocks to Manifest Anything Fast. It's a course that I wrote, and it's really helpful. I've heard a lot of people say that it's helped them to give them a little bit of a jump start, because blocks aren't these terrible things. It's just your previous thoughts that are still in play. You just need to acknowledge them and change them. Okay. And so let's dive into this. Okay. So right now, my course, Create the Relationship You Love, is the course that they used. It is on sale right now. It's going to help you to be able to recreate anybody in your reality and help you to create your own personalized mantra. So basically, this client had complained for a long time, that their husband was never picking up the clothes, cleaning anything, helping out with the pets, like doing anything. And it was just like, they were at their wits' end. And it's like, well, one thing that they were doing was constantly complaining that this was the case. So the first thing that you need to do if you want to create this in your life is stop complaining. Okay. When you're speaking to other people, you're creating it in that as well. Okay. So we need to stop complaining, and then we need to dump out all of our thoughts and change them. Okay. So all of our complaints, and we need a new list of affirmations that we can use. Okay. So because everybody is you pushed out, okay? So they're going to show up according to your assumptions, okay? Now, I know sometimes it's like, well, you know what? I didn't have that assumption. And I get it, because even in my life, I had, basically once I got older and I started dating men that were previously married, they didn't want relationships. Now, I said to myself, I'm like, I've had no assumption. I didn't create this. Like, I don't understand why this is showing up. Every other, like, relationship before them of men that were never married, I had no problem with a relationship. They wanted to move in with me. I'm a great girlfriend. Like, I always had a great self-concept. And I was like, oh, like, where did this come from? Like, what's going on? So not even knowing what, where I created it from, it's easy. What was showing up was, men that were previously married didn't want a relationship. I could just change it and move it forward from there. But I remember my girlfriend, when I was questioning that, she like showed up and she was like, well, don't you remember, you, like, out of the blue, she said, don't you remember you said that one time when we were like 10 years ago when we were out at a party? And I was like, oh my goodness, I did too, and it was like, wow. So I said that, and I didn't even believe it. Like, it wasn't like strong conviction or anything. And it stayed in play in my reality. And then I acknowledged it, I changed it, and I shifted the situation, and I manifested my SP. Despite that, everything got changed. So, sometimes, you may not remember where where you created it. It might have been, somebody else's belief. For instance, when we're like manifesting money, you've got to dump out all your previous beliefs. Okay. Like every belief that your parents ever sort of like, inflicted on you. For me to manifest money, I had to go through basically every belief. So when I was younger, I would hear that money doesn't grow on trees. We did grow up kind of broke. If I wanted something, it was like, no, that's too expensive. We can't afford it. It was all these things. And I really had to dig into all of those beliefs and ask myself if those were true and, and change them. Like, another one was, I heard money was the root of all evil. Well, I'm sorry. I've never seen a $5 bill get up and grab a knife and stab anybody. So no, it's not the money that's evil. It's a tool that people use. The person that has it is either good or evil, right? So, so the point I'm getting here is your subconscious mind is like basically a hard drive, and it has all of your programs in there. Okay. And your thoughts create. So your thoughts create your beliefs, your assumptions, which show up in your reality. Your dominant thoughts manifest. Now, do all of your thoughts manifest? Well, no, because if you have a thought contrary to something, it's not going to manifest. So if you have a belief that, Jerry is got baggage and doesn't want a relationship, okay, and then you just say once, well, I intend Jerry wants to be in a relationship with me, it's probably going to cancel each other out. You need to shift the story of why all the reasons why you don't think Jerry wants to be in a relationship with you, okay? So you root out most of that programming just by acknowledging it and bringing it to your awareness. It can no longer live in your subconscious mind. And then you change it. And sometimes you do need to put more energy and repeat your new story a few more times, because you do need to sort of rewire your brain. Your brain wants to stay where it is. You've already got a neural pathway of Jerry rejecting you, okay, or Jerry not doing the dishes, or Jerry whatever, okay? You need to shift that. So you need to put new energy, and you need to start building a new pathway. You still need to walk that new path. Just like when you're walking outside in your yard, if you walk in that same circle, you're going to have a little, like, pathway in the grass. Now, if you decide to walk a different way, the first time you're not really going to notice it. Second time, maybe the grass is a little bit more, munched down, and then so on and so forth till you've done it enough times, you start having a really well-defined path. So that's what you're doing with your brain, is you're rewiring it. You're taking, those wires, and I mean, I'm not a neuroscience, okay, scientist, but I do know that this is how it's done. Anyway, there's lots of neuroscience that actually support manifesting at this point, which is absolutely amazing, and a lot of the NLP techniques, right? But I do know it's repetition to reprogram your subconscious mind and pattern interrupt. Okay, so pattern interrupt means, when you start reacting, let's say, for instance, you're going to recreate, how, I don't know, your mom is, but every time the phone rings, you feel this anxiety and dread because she's always criticizing you. Okay. And you see the phone and you're like, oh, here we go again. Okay. No. Pattern interrupt. Let's stop that right now. What's our new thought? Nope, she's calling because she's going to say how amazing I am. We have a great relationship. We always talk all the time. And you just catch yourself and you just start rewiring it. You start telling your new story, okay? The quicker you stop and you interrupt the pattern of that thought process, the better. And the more often you do it, the better, the quicker you're going to shift things. Okay. Stick on your mental diet for, at least 21 days. Now, people say, well, Amanda, how long do I got to do it? Well, until your reality changes. Only when you think of the situation. And if you don't think of your situation very often, then do your intentions 2 or 3 times a day. You need to put some energy to it, but I'm not talking coming from this lack and obsessiveness. I'm talking about coming from the, I know this is going to work and I need to put energy towards it. Okay. So, it could be a block going, okay, I've got to do this like 55 times, 5 times. Okay. I mean, sure, that's great. You're putting energy towards something, but you've got to watch. Are you doubting, that your thoughts create? Are you, doubting faith? Do you not have faith in it? So you have to have faith that your thoughts create as well. Like it all works together. You need to listen to, your overall mental diet, right? So like, for instance, it'll look like this. So I think about, Jerry, and it's like, yeah, Jerry doesn't want to be in a relationship with me because I'm good enough. But do my thoughts really create? No, they do really create. I know they create because I manifested, the other day I was thinking about something and some stranger, said it to me, right? Whatever it is, right? I always talk about doing the little list of manifestations, like definitely do that, to build your belief, right? So, if you see, okay, it's not happening, oh, he hasn't called me back yet. No, it's happening now. Put in 3 reasons why he wants to talk to you or why she wants to talk to you, okay? So put energy and effort to it. Repetition rewires your brain. Stop yourself when you're reacting and having those moments, because that's so incredibly important. Okay. The more you basically, you're just rehearsing your anger when you're reacting, right? So, do yourself a favor and stop reacting, but don't beat yourself up if you have been reacting. It's fine. Use it to your advantage. Why are you reacting? What's the story? Great. Those are all your complaints to change to new intentions and to read your new intentions to yourself. Okay. So, you know what? It's absolutely possible to change anybody, whether they're not picking up at home or doing their share of the housework or, whatever the case is. You can change anyone because you're changing your assumption about how you see them. Okay. And you have to believe it's possible for people to change. If you have, I know this person that's like, oh, they'll never change. Okay. Well, you can't say that and expect them to change. Okay. You have to know they'll change. People can change. This is going to be easy. They're going to show up as a different person because this is who I assume them to be. Right. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and being here. I'm so happy that I can be part of your manifesting journey and help you create something better in your life. And I know a lot of you guys are great manifestors and you listen to the videos to keep you on track. And I do that too. I listen to Neville and I read Neville, not because I don't know this, but because it makes me feel good and comforted. And, and it's like, it gives me that moment of, hey, you know what? I got this, right? So anyways, thank you guys so much. We will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.